It's the early 1940s. Hollywood's golden age is in full bloom, a time when cinema was more than entertainment. It was a beacon of dreams in a world riddled with conflict. On the surface, Hollywood was a land of endless glamour and opportunity, but beneath this glittering facade lay hidden tales of personal struggle and emotional turmoil. Take, for instance, the premiere of Gone with the Wind in 1939, a cinematic event that captivated millions. Among the glittering stars was Vivien Lee, an actress whose portrayal of Scarlett O'Hara would become legendary. Yet, unknown to the adoring public, Lee was embarking on a lifelong battle with bipolar disorder, a struggle that would contrast sharply with her on-screen triumphs. Or consider the case of Frances Farmer, a rising star in the late 1930s whose career was abruptly derailed by a series of mental health challenges and legal troubles, leading to a tragic and misunderstood life. Her story, like many others from this era, was a stark reminder of the human cost of fame. These narratives, from Gene Tierney's unseen battles with mental health and personal loss to Rita Hayworth, who behind her glamorous image faced a tumultuous personal life, reveal a different side of Hollywood, a side where the bright lights of fame cast long, dark shadows of loneliness, depression, and misunderstanding. As we delve into these stories, we're not just revisiting the past glories of cinema, we're uncovering the hidden, often painful realities faced by some of its most iconic figures. This journey through Hollywood's history is not just about the stars we thought we knew, it's about revealing the untold stories that remind us that even in a world of make-believe, reality is never far away. What secrets do these stars hold, and what truths about fame and its costs can we learn from their lives? The answers lie in the untold, deeply human stories of Hollywood's most enigmatic figures. The enigmatic Vivien Lee. Her portrayal of Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind immortalized her in the pantheon of cinematic legends. Yet the story of Vivien Lee is not just one of accolades and applause. It's a tale woven with threads of brilliance and despair, a narrative that reveals the stark contrast between her public persona and private life. Born in British India in 1913, Vivien's journey to stardom was marked by determination and an unwavering passion for acting. Her ascent to fame was meteoric, fueled by a combination of talent, beauty, and an indomitable spirit. However, beneath the surface of this success lay a tumultuous personal life, marred by struggles that remained largely hidden from the public eye. Lee's life was a constant battle with mental health issues, a struggle that was little understood and often stigmatized during her time. She was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, known at the time as manic depression, a condition that led to extreme mood swings and erratic behavior. These episodes often occurred at critical moments in her career, impacting her professional relationships and her ability to work. Her marriage to Laurence Olivier, while a union of two of the greatest acting talents, was fraught with challenges. The couple's passionate relationship was often in the public eye, but what remained unseen was how Léagui's mental health struggles put a strain on their marriage. Her condition, coupled with Olivier's rising career, created a complex dynamic that was both passionate and tumultuous. Despite her personal challenges, Vivien Lee's professional achievements were undeniable. She won 2 Academy Awards for Best Actress, a testament to her extraordinary talent. However, her career was also marked by periods of inactivity, partly due to her health issues. Her struggle with tuberculosis, which eventually led to her untimely death at the age of 53, added another layer of tragedy to her life. Vivien Lee's story is not just a tale of a Hollywood icon, it's a poignant reminder of the human behind the star. Her life challenges the glamorous image often associated with movie stars, revealing a reality marked by personal battles and resilience. Lee's legacy is not only in her unforgettable performances, but also in her enduring spirit in the face of adversity. Frances Farmer's tragic tale. This Hollywood story is one of the most poignant and tragic. Her career, filled with promise and potential, was overshadowed by a series of personal and legal troubles that would ultimately define her legacy more than her cinematic achievements. Born in 1913, the same year as Vivien Lee, Frances Farmer's rise in Hollywood during the 1930s and 1940s was marked by her striking beauty and formidable acting talent. She quickly gained attention for her performances in films like Come and Get It and Rhythm on the Range. However, Farmer's outspoken nature and nonconformist attitudes, rare in Hollywood at the time, often put her at odds with studio executives and the media. The turning point in Farmer's life came with her increasing emotional and psychological struggles. Her behavior became erratic, and she had several run-ins with the law, leading to sensationalized headlines. The most heartbreaking chapter of her life began with her involuntary commitment to psychiatric institutions. During these periods, she underwent various treatments, including electroconvulsive therapy, which were standard practices at the time but are now considered controversial. The narrative of Frances Farmer is often overshadowed by myths and exaggerations, particularly regarding her mental health and the treatments she received. Her story has been the subject of numerous books and films, some of which have contributed to the sensationalism surrounding her life. However, beneath these sensationalized accounts lies the story of a woman whose bright future in Hollywood was derailed by a combination of personal demons, a misunderstanding of mental health, and a society unprepared to handle such issues with sensitivity and understanding. Farmer's career never fully recovered from these challenges, and she spent much of her later life away from the spotlight. Her story is a stark reminder of the fragility of fame and the human cost of untreated mental health issues. Frances Farmer's legacy in Hollywood is not just as an actress, but as a symbol of the often tragic intersection of fame, mental health, and the unforgiving nature of public scrutiny. Gene Tierney's unseen battles. In the golden era of Hollywood, Gene Tierney's presence on the silver screen was synonymous with elegance and grace. Yet, behind the captivating performances and the stunning visage that graced countless movie posters, Tierney was waging a personal battle far removed from the public eye. Her journey in Hollywood began with promise and success. Tierney quickly rose to fame with her striking looks and talent, starring in classics like Laura and Leave Her to Heaven. Her performance in the latter earned her an Academy Award nomination, cementing her status as a leading lady of her time. However, Tierney's life was marked by a series of personal tragedies and health issues that profoundly affected her. One of the most heart-wrenching episodes was the birth of her daughter, who was born deaf and with severe mental disabilities, a consequence of Tierney contracting rubella during her pregnancy. This event took a significant toll on Tierney, leading to periods of depression. Tierney's struggles with mental health were compounded by the pressures of Hollywood fame. She faced a series of emotional challenges, including turbulent relationships and the stress of maintaining her public image. Her mental health issues eventually led to a hiatus from acting, during which she received treatment, including electroconvulsive therapy. Despite these challenges, Tierney made a comeback in the 1950s, though she never regained the same level of stardom. Her later years were quieter, marked by a retreat from the public eye and a focus on her personal life and health. The story of Gene Tierney is a poignant reminder of the hidden struggles that often lie behind a facade of celebrity. Her life challenges the often glamorized image of Hollywood stars, revealing a narrative filled with personal hardship, resilience, and the pursuit of peace away from the limelight. Rita Hayworth, Glamour and Pain. The image of Rita Hayworth flipping her hair in Gilda has become an iconic symbol of Hollywood glamour. However, the life of Margarita Carmen Cancino, known to the world as Rita Hayworth, was a complex tapestry of dazzling highs and profound lows, reflecting a stark contrast between her public persona and private struggles. Hayworth's rise to fame was meteoric. Known for her sensational dance skills and captivating beauty, she quickly became one of the era's most beloved stars. Her performances in films like The Lady from Shanghai and Gilda solidified her status as a Hollywood icon, but the spotlight that shone so brightly on her professional life cast deep shadows on her personal world. Behind the scenes, Hayworth's life was marked by tumultuous relationships, including 5 marriages, most notably to Orson Welles and Prince Ali Khan. These relationships, often played out in the public eye, brought their own set of challenges and heartaches. However, it was her struggle with Alzheimer's disease, a diagnosis that came later in her life, that perhaps marked the most challenging battle she faced. Hayworth's decline due to Alzheimer's, at a time when there was little understanding of the disease, was heartbreaking. Her condition was initially misunderstood as alcoholism, a misconception that added to the challenges she faced. The latter years of her life were a far cry from the glitz and glamour of her Hollywood days as she became more reclusive, grappling with a disease that slowly took away the memories of her illustrious career. Hayworth's later years were a stark contrast to the vibrant energy she once radiated on screen. As Alzheimer's disease progressed, it gradually dimmed the memory of her once luminous career. The public, largely unaware of the nature of her illness, witnessed a beloved icon's retreat from the limelight, a retreat marked by confusion and misunderstanding. This period of her life, less documented and understood, stands as a silent chapter in the story of one of Hollywood's most celebrated figures. Montgomery Clift, a tormented genius. Often hailed as one of the original method actors in Hollywood, Montgomery brought an intensity and vulnerability to his roles that was unmatched in his time. His performances in films like A Place in the Sun and From Here to Eternity showcased a depth and sensitivity that set him apart from his contemporaries. However, the same sensitivity that made him a star also made him profoundly susceptible to the pressures of fame and the personal demons that haunted him. Born in 1920, Clift's upbringing was marked by a nomadic lifestyle, with his family frequently moving across Europe and the United States. This transient childhood, while enriching in many ways, also instilled in him a sense of detachment and loneliness, themes that would recur throughout his life and career. Clift's early foray into theater acting laid the foundation for his future success in Hollywood, where he quickly established himself as a leading man with a unique, introspective approach to his craft. Clift's career, however, was dramatically altered by a devastating car accident in 1956. The accident left his face partially paralyzed and marked a turning point in his life and career. He became increasingly dependent on alcohol and prescription drugs, a dependency that exacerbated his existing struggles with mental health. The accident not only changed his physical appearance, but also seemed to deepen the emotional turmoil he expressed in his performances. Despite his personal struggles, Clift continued to deliver powerful performances. His roles in post-accident films like Judgment at Nuremberg and The Misfits were testament to his enduring talent and his ability to channel his personal pain into his art. However, the toll of his accident, compounded by the pressures of his career and his unresolved personal issues, led to a gradual decline in his health. Clift's relationships, both romantic and platonic, were complex and often fraught with challenges. He was known for his close friendships with several of his co-stars, including Elizabeth Taylor, who became a lifelong friend and supporter. His romantic life, kept private and away from the public eye, was a source of speculation and intrigue. Clift, a deeply private individual, struggled with the invasive nature of fame and the often unforgiving scrutiny of the Hollywood spotlight. The final years of Clift's life were marked by a retreat from the public eye and a continuing battle with health issues. His death in 1966 at the age of 45 was a tragic end to a life and career that had shown such promise and brilliance. Barbara Payton's downfall. Her story in Hollywood is a cautionary tale of meteoric rise and precipitous fall, a narrative that starkly contrasts the initial promise of her career with its tragic end. Payton, who burst onto the Hollywood scene in the late 1940s, possessed the looks and talent that seemed to destine her for stardom. However, her life quickly spiraled into a series of personal crises and public scandals that overshadowed her professional achievements. Born in 1927 in Minnesota, Payton moved to Los Angeles in her early 20s. Her striking blonde beauty and charisma quickly caught the attention of film executives, leading to roles in films like Kiss Tomorrow Goodbye and Trapped. Her performance in these films showcased not just her physical allure, but a genuine acting talent. However, despite her promising start, Payton's career was soon derailed by a tumultuous personal life. Payton's life off-screen became fodder for the tabloids, marked by high-profile romances, including a tumultuous relationship with actor Tom Neal and her marriage to Franchot Tone, which was marred by violence and public altercations. These personal issues began to affect her professional life, leading to a decline in the quality and quantity of her roles. As her career faltered, Payton's personal struggles deepened. She battled with alcoholism and financial difficulties, which led to a series of arrests and public incidents that further tarnished her reputation. The film industry, which had once welcomed her, now turned its back, leaving her to grapple with her demons largely alone. The latter part of Payton's life was a far cry from her Hollywood beginnings. She faced poverty, struggled with addiction, and was largely forgotten by an industry that had once celebrated her. Her death in 1967 at the age of 39 was a tragic end to a life that had once held so much potential. Barbara Payton's story is a stark reminder of the ephemeral nature of fame and the destructive power of personal demons in the unforgiving world of Hollywood. Her journey from starlet to forgotten figure highlights the precarious balance between public image and personal reality in the life of a celebrity. Payton's life, marked by brief success and prolonged struggle, serves as a poignant example of the often harsh realities that lie behind the glamour of the silver screen. The complex life of Errol Flynn. His name is synonymous with the swashbuckling heroes he portrayed on screen, a symbol of charisma, adventure, and romantic allure in Hollywood's golden age. However, Flynn's off-screen life was as complex and tumultuous as any plot in his films, marked by scandal, legal battles, and a lifestyle that both fascinated and shocked the public. Born in Tasmania in 1909, Flynn's early life was as adventurous as his film roles. He was known for his wanderlust, traveling to various parts of the world, including New Guinea, where he sought fortune and adventure. This restless spirit eventually led him to Hollywood, where he quickly rose to fame after his breakthrough role in Captain Blood, 1935. His portrayal of dashing and daring characters in films like The Adventures of Robin Hood, 1938, made him one of the most popular and highest-paid actors of his time. Flynn's public persona as a charming rogue was mirrored in his personal life. He was famous for his romantic escapades, marrying 3 times and being linked to numerous actresses and socialites. His lifestyle was characterized by lavish parties, excessive drinking, and a general disdain for convention. This behavior, while initially adding to his allure, eventually began to tarnish his image as the darker aspects of his life came to light. One of the most significant and damaging episodes in Flynn's life was the 1943 trial, where he was accused of statutory rape. Although he was acquitted, the trial was a media sensation, and the allegations left a lasting stain on his reputation. The phrase "in like Flynn" became synonymous with sexual conquest, further cementing his image as a womanizer, an image that Flynn himself seemed to embrace publicly, despite the personal and professional costs. Flynn's health began to deteriorate in the 1950s, exacerbated by years of heavy drinking and drug use. His once matinee idol looks faded, and his performances suffered, leading to fewer and less prestigious roles. Despite his declining health, Flynn continued to live a life marked by excess and controversy, including a much-publicized relationship with Beverly Adland, a teenager in his final years. Errol Flynn's death in 1959 at the age of 50 was seen by many as a tragic end to a life that had burned too brightly. His autobiography, My Wicked, Wicked Ways, published posthumously, offered a candid look at his life and career, filled with anecdotes that confirmed many of the rumors about his lifestyle. Veronica Lake's lost sparkle. With her trademark peekaboo hairstyle and sultry on-screen presence, Veronica Lake became an iconic figure of 1940s Hollywood. However, behind the glamorous image and successful career, Lake's life was a journey marked by dramatic rises and falls, reflecting the often harsh realities of stardom. Born as Constance Frances Marie Aukelman in 1922, Lake's early life was unsettled, with frequent moves and a troubled family background. Her entry into Hollywood was almost as if by fate, a combination of her striking looks and a chance encounter with a film producer. She quickly gained attention for her roles in films like I Wanted Wings and Sullivan's Travels, where her distinctive hairstyle and alluring screen presence made her an instant star. Lake's most successful period came in the early 1940s with a series of film noir roles alongside Alan Ladd. Their on-screen chemistry in movies like This Gun for Hire and The Blue Dahlia was electric, making them one of the era's most popular screen pairs. However, as quickly as her star rose, it began to fade, impacted by a series of personal and professional challenges. One of the first signs of trouble was Lake's reputation for being difficult on set. Her unpredictable behavior and clashes with directors and co-stars became increasingly problematic. This difficult reputation, whether deserved or exaggerated, began to impact her career opportunities. Lake's personal life was equally tumultuous. She was married 4 times, with each marriage ending in divorce. Her struggles with mental health and alcoholism became more pronounced as her career waned. By the 1950s, Lake's star had significantly dimmed. She made sporadic appearances in films and television, but the glory of her early career seemed a distant memory. The most poignant aspect of Lake's story is her fall into obscurity and financial hardship in the 1960s. Once a glamorous Hollywood icon, she was found working as a waitress in New York, a startling and saddening revelation to her fans. This period of her life was marked by struggles with poverty, mental health issues, and continued battles with alcoholism. Lake attempted a comeback in the late 1960s and early 1970s, but her health issues and the changing landscape of Hollywood made it difficult for her to regain her former status. Her death in 1973, at the age of 50, was a quiet end to a life that had once been the subject of intense public fascination. If you enjoyed this video, please check out the next one in this series.